Hello, everybody. This is Patricia Jo Grover, the Goal Achievement Strategist, and this is a Patricia Jo Grover Show where we turn believers into achievers. And today I have with me Beverly Zeimet. She is the author of The Power Formula. Hi, welcome, Beverly.
Oh, thank you. It's such an honor here, Patricia. We are going to have so much fun. This is the beginning of a new era for you on your own personal show. I'm so excited. And this is going to be a place where everyone can connect with all kinds of great things entrepreneurs, great speakers, authors, everything. What you're building here is like so amazing. I'm so excited. And we got a lot to share with the audience today, right? They're going to just be like, wow, this is going to be great. So, I'm excited to get started. So, I think you were going to talk about your book, right? A second book that you're doing that you're going to launch. What the heck is that all about?
Well, let me tell you, this is the second edition of my first book. So it is going to be launching soon, and it is the Goal Achievement Strategist Guide to Reaching Your Full Potential. So let me show you right here. Here is the book. It's going to be available soon, right from my own website. And let me show you. Right here at https patriciajogrover.com, and that's where you can get your pre-orders in right now, and I'll send you a signed copy with the
Ooh.
launching of my new show and launching of my second edition of the book. How much more exciting can it get? But we have more information for you because this show is going to be exciting.
Right. And too, Patricia, people can, when our listeners go to your website, they're going to find so much more really keen information on you and what you've been doing over the years and how you actually got to becoming that goal achiever. We all have a story, and that's really beautiful what these shows are all about, and when you have a show presented where speakers can come and have a voice and promote themselves and really get out there they are interested in and what they do and the people that they're trying to reach, because now more than ever we need that connection again, right, to bring that back together. And we're going to talk about a way that you can really start to feel connected without getting the Zoom fatigue, as it's known now. I tell you, there's been so many new vocabulary words and everything come out of this whole world, global, upside down world we're living in right now, right? And
Yes.
so when we look at that and being able to be on the forefront to really help people now, the time that they're spending with themselves to get into that inner um, personal activity of who they are, and working as a identity revelation specialist, moving away the things that you're not to find the thing that you are. We have time on our hands that we really need to start getting back into that constructive instead of into the destructive, getting bored, going into depression, maybe getting anxieties, but to really get creative and start strategizing and looking for opportunities. So your show here and everything we're going to talk about today that your listeners are hearing about are going to be options. Don't get overwhelmed. Just listen to what it is. If it connects with you, then jot down the site to go see, right? If it doesn't connect with you, just pass it by, because we're all on a journey and we want to be
Exactly.
able to give opportunities that meet you on your journey where you currently are, right?
Wonderful. And I couldn't have said that any better, Beverly. Thank you so much for being with me on my very first show. And we're giving out so much fabulous information to be helpful for everyone.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So have to share that we have this opportunity we're both speaking on and touching so many people's lives. And let me share this. This is all about our friend Chelsea Colley, and we are speaking both of us at the Best You Expo.
And these are things that when stay tuned in here. You're going to get access to this event. Starts actually today. Well, the 1st of August, I guess I should say, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be going a couple days, but they are sold out, and it's an opportunity to meet top end speakers like the Jack Canfields, the Les Browns, the Sharon Lecters, really top end people, so that you can start, touching elbows, shall we say, with the best of the best, and be on stages with them. And we've got some amazing things to help you get on those stages. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm afraid to be in front of a group, I'm afraid to stand in front of a bunch of people, we can help you overcome those fears and those anxieties, get you on stages where you're going to be able to speak with confidence, right? So stay tuned. Don't just really keep an
Yes.
open mind of all the information here to come, and we want to make sure that you don't miss out on other opportunities like the one that Chelsea gave us. I mean, wow, 150 top end speakers. Are you
Yes.
kidding me?
I know, it's
Right?
so exciting. So exciting.
I know. It's just like, whoa, life keeps getting better and better. So if you think you're just kind of stuck, oh my gosh, we are going to get you so unstuck. But we
Yes.
don't want to overwhelm you. We want you to just stay, like I said, with an open mind. And if it connects with you, then follow that, follow that connection, follow that little, yeah, I should listen to this.
Right.
Don't just say, oh, I missed it and then regret it. Listen to it. And as you're going into it, if it doesn't click with you, just shut it
Right.
off. But you know what? You can't return it back on and revisit it because it's gone.
Right.
Don't let opportunities pass you by. And right now, the opportunity at hand is so much, but we want to kind of bring it into a nice, comfortable view. And comment below. Let us know what you're looking for. Where do you want to be in your entrepreneurial journey? Where do you want to be in that discovery of who you are? Where do you want to be, like with Patricia, finding that goal and that dream to be able to move it into a reality?
Because
Baby steps,
I'm gonna incite action. Because there's a dream
right?
is just a dream until you put action to it to make it become a reality.
Exactly. And you really want to watch your activity and your action steps, because all the information, it's priceless if you put it into action, but it's totally worthless
Right.
if you don't take action. And we're not telling you to take action on everything. We are sharing with you because some things you'll click with and other things you won't. Right? So what's the next thing we got
The
to share
next
with
the
them?
next thing is we're also speaking, both of us, on the 2020 Women's Empowerment Summit. So let me share some information about this right now. Here.
And when you see this summit, it's 10 days and it's only 30 minutes of your time, late afternoon, early evening, depending on what side of the planet you're on, right? But what it's going to do is we all picked out of the word confidence. We use the F. It's like, what's your F word when it comes to confidence, right? And so we started sharing all of that. So tell the audience a little bit about why we chose confidence and the F words that are going to be presented by some really great speakers.
Well, there are so many ways that you can ignite confidence within yourself. And, we had these women coming from different backgrounds. And, coming from, let's say we had a speaker on there about health, and we had a speaker on there were other topics that everyone was covering, but how it in for them invoked confidence, so that they were
Right.
coming from their walk of life and the people that they serve.
Yeah.
My F word, my favorite F word is focus. And the confidence and focus, because when you are able to keep your focus, it is going to move you forward, and each little win that you have gives you more and more confidence, and that's what
Right.
it's all about.
Right. So you want
Yeah.
to register for this event. Right down here, there's a link for you. Copy it and go register. It's free,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's really free, and it's great to be able to connect with all these great speakers, my favorite F word was finding self. Well, if you're an identity specialist, you got to find the self,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
And so we'll take you through, little journeys on how you can start uncovering who you are and, putting those things all together and building that confidence. Because, when you really start to find who you are, your confidence level goes up.
Yes.
So, and then we have one, food and health, which
Right.
is all on the nutrition and how it impacts the body. We've got some on finances. We got, there's 10.
Right.
And then we have a panel. Oh, it's so impressive. So if you're looking to build that confidence in yourself, this is a summit you won't want to miss.
It's
And you
it's
can give 30% of your time. I mean,
exactly.
put it on while you're eating dinner or put it on while you're preparing dinner, but pay attention. You know, I promise you, if you're looking for confidence in any avenue of your life, the summit not to miss. So copy that link right there, right? It's pretty simple to remember, right?
And
So,
it runs August 6th through the 15th. So at a time, 30 minutes at a time. When we come to the 10th day of the panel, it's an hour long on the panel. And I'm one of the speakers on the panel, and Beverly's during the week.
yeah, I'm on
So
day 2.
she's on day 2. So if you want to
Yeah.
know who's speaking and what topics they're speaking on, send us a message and we can get back to you as far as who's speaking on what day.
Yeah,
And what the
and
topic is.
actually, when they register, it's gonna. I think there's like a share thing, and then
Oh,
you can
yes,
get in the
yes.
private group. So you have to register with this link, and then you also have to join our group because that's where it's going to be at. So it's a privy, exclusive group, right? Just for
Women
whatever,
that we
and you.
want to empower.
That's right. And you'll be able to interact when that video is going. You'll be able to interact with the person that's the speaker. And it's all in that little safe zone, shall we say. Nothing leaves that room. And that's the cool thing about it, right? And everyone is there for a reason to help each other and empower each other and lift you up. So you can be candid in there. You can open, you can bare your soul because nobody's going to go pointing a finger at you. They're going to say, oh my gosh, I get you. I feel your pain. Let's help you get beyond that. Right? That's what the
Exactly.
group is all about. That's what this show is all about.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I am all about here. Helping believers become achievers. You first thing you have to do is you have to believe that you are worthy. Yes,
Yes.
you have to believe you're worthy, and you have to believe you're capable. And confidence will help you do
Confidence is
that.
a great way. Yeah, and in that confidence, it starts to build trust in yourself. It starts to help you believing in yourself. Everybody says, "Oh, well, go out and love yourself." Well, that's all great,
You
but if
got
you
to
don't
start
trust
somewhere.
yourself and you don't believe in yourself and you don't have that confidence, so it's all the pieces of the puzzle. And
Yes,
you're never too old and you're never too young. So wherever you start on your journey is where you are because it's in the timing. It's in the
exactly.
timing. Don't regret. Say, oh, I should have done that years ago. You know what? Years ago, it wasn't available to you.
Right.
So now is your time. And when you mentioned earlier, Patricia, action.
Yes.
Are you committed to you? If you're committed to you, then this is where you want to be and start that confidence. Because, wow, I had the opportunity to record, all of these speakers. Oh my gosh, some of them had me in tears. Their stories were
Yeah.
so impactful. Like, wow. Some of them had major abuse, that they came out of. Some of them, were on the street. They were homeless. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's just,
But it's real.
wow.
This is all real. These are all real women sharing their
Yeah.
stories here to empower you at the Women's 2020 Empowerment
Yeah.
Summit, And then, Beverly, you just said a few minutes ago, talking about putting the pieces together. What
Yes.
what what do I see behind you with all the pieces? What is that?
You see a little puzzle. Well,
Yeah.
Patricia and she has her book and I have my book, and we decided that we were going to combine forces, right? To give you the best of the best, right? she's that goal strategist, takes that dream, leaving the legacy and the whole enchilada, and how to move into the actions and everything when it comes
Yeah.
to, that. And then my book has a lot to do with the mindset. So it's going to give you the science behind the action, which just like, it's just like
It's
a
it's
hundred thousand
right.
times
It's
itself,
it's
right?
putting all those pieces together.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah,
it will help give you a better understanding why it works and how it works when you have the background of the science and how the brain works, because the brain and the mind are two different things. So when you have your thought processing, and there's little things that can, that I can help you overcome when there's those obstacles and those blocks. They're all connected with fear, maybe procrastination, maybe judgment, maybe the fear of
exactly.
the unknown, all of these things. And we can get you started eliminating those things in less than 60 seconds. And that's the power of it when you understand the mindset changes and rewiring the brain. So, bringing these two pieces together, these puzzles, and all of these other things in your life, this 6-week course, oh, it's
Ex-
going to like blow your mind, right?
exactly.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
so, if you follow the link here below, it'll give you the dates and the times. And actually, when you pre-register for this course, and because you're here today,
Right,
you'll
exactly.
be one of the first 20, because you're the first to get exposed. We have a special gift where we're going to give you $200 off. So go check this out.
And,
It's worth
and
it.
and you get one of each of our books when you finish the
Yes,
course.
you
Yeah.
do. You do.
Yep. So actually we have the link right here, but let me just show you a picture of, and this is what's behind Beverly right now. So this is just the tile of what our book is about. That's what you're going to see when you see our link, and you'll be seeing it on my upcoming social media posts.
Yeah, so stay
Yes.
tuned and watch. So
Yes.
there's two ways to reach us. You can do that. You can do that Bitly link, or you can actually text mindset to the number that you're seeing here as well, right?
Wonderful. Wonderful. So
Or just
exciting.
comment below,
Right.
private message us. That's what we're here for.
Right, exactly. And everything is available also. You can get a hold of me through my website and send a quick note, because if there's certain questions that you want to ask, definitely you can contact me and send me an email through there.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. But we want to see you at this event. It's going to be 6 weeks, right?
right, 6
Now's your
weeks.
time. Now's your time to get going with it, because it'll be just in time for you to have a whole different experience with the holiday season, and then starting your new 2021 so amazingly different within who you are and how you respond and how you're going to move into the new world. Because hey, the world we once knew is gone. It's
Right,
gone. And how are you going to respond? How are you going to be you, that best you, from this moment forward? And
right.
that's what Patty's show, Patricia's show is all about. I've got a show, the Beverly Zeimet Show, which is being that best you. There's so much out there, and we want to help you find what's going to be the perfect fit for you.
Exactly.
So take what you want, take what you like, take what you love to hear, and utilize it. And the stuff that doesn't relate, let it go,
Right.
right?
So, and that transitions us right into when we were talking about how the world isn't going to be the same anymore.
Right.
Beverly and I actually met because I had been a guest on the Beverly Zeimet Show, and that's actually how we met.
Right,
So very,
exactly.
very, very cool things. But through Beverly, I got involved with DBI, and Beverly is one of the owners of DBI, and we have another event coming up the 29th of August. So, company, let's hear all about DBI and what it can do for people.
Well, DBI stands for Digital Business International. International, that's key. this is a global event, and we virtual reality platform, you know, and I know everyone heard that word, virtual this and virtual that and virtual here and virtual there and virtual, right? But we are in virtual reality. The virtual reality is the avatar platform. And if you're not familiar with the avatar platform, it's like the gaming, you know, and where all your little avatars are running around. And even the social medias like Facebook, they're coming up. How many of you have been asked, make your avatar in here? Because they're releasing their avatar form of, it's going to be more of a gaming type of thing. But what we did is we got ingenious, and I personally wanted a way to do my courses, live, because the in-person thing wasn't working so good anymore because everything was going online courses with the internet, right?
Right.
And so I wanted a virtual thing, but I wasn't, I didn't have a clarity of what that virtual meant. I just knew thing, but I wasn't, I didn't have a clarity of what that virtual meant. I just knew it would bring people together. So on the virtual reality platform, when you look at what's happening, this is what's key, and I want you to really listen up here, because when you look at what's happening in the socialism, the socializing today, we are being what? Separated. When you're on a Zoom, like you're watching here today, it's just me and Patty, so we can really interact. But how many times have you been on a webinar or on a Zoom and there's a lot of people, there's a lot of static going on? All of a sudden, 5-10 minutes into it, you're nodding off and you're trying to keep yourself awake, and you're, everybody else is up there and they're eating or they're jumping, or you can see they're working on their computer. They're not really focused in because it doesn't connect you.
Right.
In the virtual reality world of avatars, you are now as if you were in a room. The mind, and again, this is the powerfulness of the mind, so it's important to have that mindset. So you are actually sitting next to a little avatar, and you are having a conversation as if you're there. You're in an environment. We've created the environment of connection. That's the word I want you to remember. Connection, right? So you're having a one-on-one conversation with one person in there, or a room full of people. And the events that are available, we've created, the vendor booth. Everything is clickable. So the vendor whose booth it is, they're in their little avatar behind their booth, and you're in this expo now. You're walking into the expo hall, right? And you come up, oh, there's Patty's booth. You come running up to Patty's booth, and right, you're saying, "Oh, I know
And
you," right?
right. And
And she
I'm
says,
waving and saying hi, and my books are right there. There, you can
right
click
there,
on it and
her
it takes it to the link, the course.
everything. It's just so amazing. It's fun. It's fun. So we have taken that gaming platform and now created that for business, for events. And if you are a speaker or you want to be a speaker, all inhibition is left when you come into the virtual reality world, because you don't have to worry about, are people pointing a finger at you? Is your makeup okay? Is your hair okay? Are your clothes okay? Or what are people going to think of you when you're, are they going to judge you? None of that happens in the virtual reality world. And you're going to find yourself on this huge stage outside under the sun, talking to all of these people that are in the room here on the chairs, waiting for you to deliver your message like you've never delivered it before. And if you've come to the confidence, summit prior to, getting on this event, what is that going to do? That's going to boost your confidence to say, hey, yeah, I want to be a speaker on that stage. I want to be a part of that event. Yes, I have a
Yep.
business. Follow this link below here, and it will take you to the platform to get on. We're going to be there. We're going to take you by the hand. We're going to get you ready to go. And right now, all booths are complimentary. That's not going to last for long. So get
Yes.
in now. Get
Comment below.
yourself there.
Comment below if you want, if you have more questions.
Yeah,
We can
because we
definitely
can
get back
take
to you.
you, we can take you on a journey too. If you want to get into the platform, there's time slots that we set people up and we take a group into the platform, right? We've also worked on that platform for businesses. You say, well, maybe I don't have a vendor event, but I have a business, where I need to have a boardroom. I need to have my employees, right, or my partners, to be able to come in that environment. We build you a boardroom and everybody is sitting there in their little avatars. And you know what? You don't even see the avatars anymore because the mind says it's that person because you recognize their voice. And now you're right there across from each other in this beautiful setting, and everybody feels like, wow, we are in business. We are in business attire. We're in a business room. If you have a PowerPoint you need to share, you can throw it up on a screen in there, right? It's all available to get that feeling, that connectedness back. That's the key, that connectiveness.
And I have to share here, because being in the virtual world in my avatar with Beverly, if we're having a conversation, I'm looking at her avatar as if it's her person that I'm talking to right here on
Exactly.
Zoom. But it's more like it's
Right.
a person because it's her avatar. If I turn my back to her, I feel like I'm being rude. So
Right.
it is, that connection is so real. And when you're
Right.
speaking on stage, because I have spoken on stage in the expo, in that, all the bodies that are represented in those chairs in front of you are people sitting in front of their computer watching you, and they are
Listening to your
they're
message.
your audience. They're listening to your message all over the world. You're speaking internationally.
Right.
No
And
ands,
that's what,
you're right, no ands if or buts. You
yep,
are speaking internationally.
internationally. So now you can put that on your resume as being an international speaker
Right, right.
at an event.
So with all this exciting news too, so I have my second edition of my book launching. I have my show launching. This is the first show that I have, and we're launching this big. But also coming soon in my virtual business is I am going to have my show platform right here. My show. You'll be able to come and sit with me on the couch in VR, in your avatar and my avatar, and we can sit and
Yeah.
do
How
our
fun is
show right
that?
there. I mean, mind blowing, mind blowing. This is the future forward way of business.
And it's going to be more and more, the educational aspect of it. We're working with that with schools right now. I mean, look at the kids of the world today, whether they're in preschool or whether they're going to be a senior in high school. It's the tech world, and it's in their genetics. You know, Old style teaching just doesn't cut it. Kids get too bored. When you're in the virtual reality world, now you're engaging them, right? You're interacting with them, you're keeping their attention because you are in their world. That's huge. So, the educational aspect of this is amazing, and how you can keep that interaction going, right?
Right. So what I want to say is, if anyone's concerned about if you're a school teacher concerned about going back to school in the physical classroom, if you're concerned about your child's education and them going back to school this fall. I mean, some kids are already going back to school. If
Right,
you want more information about what DBI has available for the virtual platform for schooling, because that's what we'd like to see, is have the right
right,
connections reaching out to us saying, hey, we want our kids to be able to still get the quality education, but to do it safely. And
right,
and we can show you how, what DBI has available, because there's classrooms, there's all that is needed now
right.
are students and teachers to fill those classrooms.
That's they're all waiting there
There they are.
just for you, however you want to do it. So let's just say you're a history teacher and you're talking about the Victorian age, right?
Yeah.
And now you're sharing, all that information or whatever, and you're doing it in a manner because like I said, you're in their environment. And then once you get through with that information, it's like, okay, is everyone ready to go to the Victorian age? And they're going to say, well, yeah. And boom, you walk through a doorway, and now you're in the Victorian age. Everything that you just spoke with them, now they're going to be
Make that
in it.
connection. Right. They're going to make that
And
connection.
then you want to do a test right on the spot. We have a little quest system, that they have to answer, and all of this for you teachers out there, you're going to have all that database, so you'll know, did they answer in the first in the first time they took it, because they can't go on further, they can't go on with the quest if they don't finish that first answer, right? And so did it take them 2 times, right? And that's kind of the element. And right, so you'll see where they're engaging and how they're really learning, because now all the sensory activities are in place, right? Because
Yeah.
they're actually in the experience. You have a little one, let's just say you're a preschool or first grader or second grader, right? And you're sharing about the dinosaurs, right? Now they're all excited about the dinosaurs. So now you're talking about T-Rex today, and all about T-Rex, and say, everybody want to go see where T-Rex lives? Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, you walk through that doorway and it opens up. And now here's the first quest. And you have pictures, for the little ones to look at. Where does T-Rex live?
How exciting is that,
One,
really?
two, or
How
three.
exciting is
Yeah.
that?
And they have to click on which one of those environments is T-Rex, right? Were they
Right.
listening?
Right.
And as soon as they answer that, right, then all of a sudden, boom, now you're in T-Rex's environment. And T-Rex, or, big ones and little ones, are running all over the place. You can jump on them. Your little avatar can jump on them and ride. How engaging is that? How exciting is that? You think you're not going to keep their attention? Think again. So these are some of the things we're looking to incorporate in that educational field. So we've got you covered, and you say, well, you know what? I'm not in business. I'm not in education. I have this band that I can't go and play anymore, right? And I've got people that like my music that come to, where I have my, events and whatever, right? And I can't do it.
And
We got you covered.
right, but you have audiences that are still craving that experience, not just hearing the music being played on the radio. They want the experience.
Want to see,
right.
Yes, they want to see you in concert.
Right.
So we can create your concert even more thrilling inside the virtual reality world. We can create you a real live concert that you can actually monetize if you want, and sell tickets to.
Yeah.
And now here they are. And you can give them the opportunity in the virtual reality world that you couldn't, maybe before, because, protections and whatever, So in the avatar world, when you take your break, you can actually have your fans converse with you in the avatar world. They can come up on stage and talk to you like they're talking to you in person, and because you are a real person. You don't think that's not going to connect you even stronger? So don't say, well, my business isn't going to work in virtual reality. Give us the opportunity to share with you the possibility of it. And then if you say, not interested, it's okay, because it's not going to be a fit for everybody. But don't discount it. I actually had a little consultation, and we're going to actually have just a show. There you go. We're going to actually have just a show where we're going to actually have clips of what we're doing in there, share with all the things, because just talking about it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, you're like, whoop, over my head, so to speak, if you're not familiar with virtual reality. So stay tuned. That's going to be a show coming up really soon where we'll show you little clips of what can happen in there.
Exactly. And the thing is, if there's something that you want to be doing with your business now, that in the the regular physical world that you that you can't, that you're not able to do because of what's going on with the global pandemic, think about the possibilities of doing it virtually. And seriously, reach out to
Right.
me, reach out to Beverly, comment below. We'll have a
Right.
conversation with you and show you that there are ways to move your business forward positively and
Right.
and monetize
Right.
what
Because
is
that's what
your
it's all
plan is.
about. I mean, you can go out there and have fun, but at the end of the day, it's like, my business is suffering. I still need to eat. I still need to pay for my house. I still, right?
Right. Right.
You know, so we can help you bring that back full circle and get your businesses up and productive, right? So that you can continue, and we have a team that's working
Right.
for you. So don't discredit it. We'll give you a consultation, we'll give you a journey. So
And
that's
and I am the goal achievement strategist. Now, how does this play in together? It's those pieces, how those pieces fit together, because
right.
if you can dream it, we can build it in virtual reality, but also dreamers become believers and believers become achievers. And
Exactly.
that's what my show's all about. That's what I teach people, is how to make their dream become a reality.
Whether it's a virtual reality or not, because what
Yeah.
happens in the virtual reality becomes more real in and again, oh, Patricia, I don't know about you,
I
but
know.
being in and out of the virtual and back and forth, it's like, okay, which is the imagination, which is the imaginary world, right? And it's like, okay, what's real and what isn't, because you really get immersed in that. And you don't need, by the way, you don't need those Oculus
No.
glasses or anything. They just give you a different experience, because you can actually do it on your desktop, right?
Right.
So,
And
but
and
definitely
but
stay tuned.
right. And the thing is, it's a gaming platform, but we are doing real business in there, making real money in there, and
Yeah, changing
monetizing and
lives,
changing lives.
changing lives, because when you let's look at the mental health industry and what they've been doing in the
For
virtual
years. They've
reality
been doing
world.
it for decades,
It's been
actually.
like, um
When
not on the level they're doing it
no,
now.
no,
You know,
but
they but when you look at the virtual reality over just the last maybe 5 years, give or take, where they've really immersed into the virtual reality world with people who have had extreme anxieties, where they've
PTSD.
had PTSDs, fears, phobias, and
Yeah.
things, where they were so afraid to walk out of their own home. They were almost afraid to leave their bedroom or their kitchen, just that intensity of phobias. And working in the virtual reality world, again, because there's a connection. When you connect to the fear, you can disconnect it as well, if there's a
Yeah.
big phobia. So let's just say you have a phobia with spiders, right? And in that virtual world, you can immerse yourself around spiders, and then instantaneously they disappear, and then they're back, and then they disappear. So there's things that help the mind, the psyche of the mind,
Right.
rewire and realter the brain patterns, and how the dendrites fire, and how all that works, and your stress zones, and how you shut off the stressors. And
It's
so
true.
they've been doing that in that virtual reality world. So if you have this fear of getting on stage, we can help you move through that very fast, even faster, in the virtual reality world, and start building that confidence up and everything. It's just amazing. So it goes hand in hand, right? It goes hand in
Exactly.
hand. But the key, and I can't stress this enough, is the connection. You are connected. Once again, you're connected. And the people you meet in here are real people, just like you and me. And it's not open to the world to get anything and everyone in there.
No.
It's by it's by invitation only.
Right.
Are your um intelligence, right? What do they call that?
Intellectual property.
Intellectual property, right, is protected when you're there. So the attendees that come into the events,
have to be
you know,
specifically invited by me, by
by
Beverly,
someone,
by other people who
right?
are vendors, speakers, everything there have to invite these people.
Right. And so it is a closed event, which makes it really nice, and so the people that you're meeting in here are entrepreneurs and leaders in their industry that are there to help you become a leader in your industry,
Right.
that are going to help you go to the level you want. Maybe you don't want to be a Sharon Lechter or a Les Brown or a Tony Robbins. Maybe you just want to be little you that's going to work with X amount of people at a time. Hey, it doesn't matter. We got you covered.
Right. And we are doing this we're doing this marketing that we're doing internationally.
Right.
So come join us. If you want more information, leave us a message, comment below, or
Right.
reach out to us, and we will get back to you with any information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Wow.
wow, all kinds of great, exciting stuff. Again, so much. But again, if you have any questions for anything, reach out to me, Patricia Jo Grover. This is my Patricia Jo Grover Show, and you can get information for anything having to do with what I do at
Why don't you put your
patriciajogrover.com.
why don't you
Yeah,
put your website up there again so that people can, jot it down if they didn't jot it down earlier, right?
right. And I have it right there, patriciajogrover.com. There's information about my books coming, with my books and all the things
Right.
that I have going on right now.
And definitely, for all you listeners out there, private message either one of us and we
Right.
will get back to you. And don't feel overwhelmed by this. Remember, just take the baby steps. What interested you the most? And you can go
Right.
back and watch this video again if you want to say, oh, who was it? And you can scroll ahead and, oh, there's that link, right?
Right.
And the links will also be posted in the comment boxes and probably up here on the top, so you will have access to that information. But if you want it a little more personal, then just PM either one of us and we will get back with you.
Yes. And thank you for everybody joining us for my very first show. And yeah, okay,
Congratulations.
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Beverly, do you have any special gifts that you want to give our viewers?
Oh gosh. If you're interested in wanting to understand a little bit more how the mindset works, right? I have a system. You remember I mentioned earlier that like in 60 seconds or less, you can start clearing away some of those blocks, some of the things that you're not. If you want to have a greater understanding of that, it's the RAH system that I call it. So there's 5 steps, RARRA. So the first R is to recognize. The second is, that there's an issue. The second is to acknowledge the issue as the truth. And then the third issue is to release it. And then the fourth step is to replace it, which is key because once you get the old stuff out, you want to put new stuff in
Yes.
because if you don't, negative is going to jump in there faster than the positive will. And then to accept that as your new truth. And so the gift that I have is going to get you a little PDF that explains each one of those steps in depth, and it will give you the little 60-second script that will start you on that journey. And my contact information is there as well. So it's bit.ly/ all capital letters RARRA, rah rah, right? So that again is bit.ly/ capital, all capitals RARRA. And again, that'll be down in the comment box. It'll
Yes.
be up on top. And
Yes.
so, yeah. And
Wonderful.
that's a free gift to you today. Thank you so much for listening.
Wonderful. And I have back underneath us here our mindset journey, the course that Beverly and I are doing together, and she will be doing the RAH system with
Oh
with
gosh, yeah.
with with her.
I want to share this one last thought.
Yeah.
I was on an event, and it was a networking event where we're meeting, people, entrepreneurs, right? And there was four of us on there, right? And I said, hey, I'm an identity revelation specialist, and what I do, I help you become your own self-discovery archaeologist by moving away the things that you're not in 60 seconds or less. And one gal's like,
What?
60 seconds or less? What do you mean? And I says, well, it's the rah-rah. She says, well, rah-rah me, right? It's like right here, right now. And she goes, yeah. And the other two people that were listening said, yeah. I said, well, first off, we need an issue, that's blocking you. She just pops it right out there. Procrastination. It's like, okay. So we went through those steps, ran through the little, script, and it was, you could have heard a pin drop. And all three of them were doing it together, which creates a synergism. And then when it was ended, it was like, okay, so we're done. And she goes, oh my gosh.
Right.
She said,
It's real. It works. It
yeah,
really. I can tell you,
and
it works.
her biggest comment was, I didn't realize the missing piece for all the work that I've been doing on myself to get past all this stuff, and it seemed like it would never go away, was the second step, which was acknowledgement. Acknowledging that issue as a truth. Because if you don't acknowledge it as a truth, because it was when you created it, and that's what's stuck in your subconscious, and that's what's running on autopilot. And if you don't make the subconscious, because it's in your subconscious, if you don't say, yes, that's my truth, the subconscious will not want to let go of it.
It is
Right?
true.
And she was just like, wow. And the rest of them were, like, wow. Because they could feel the difference. It's spontaneous. So they go out there, get the bit.ly/rah-rah. All uppercase RARRA, and get started.
Yes.
Get yourself discovered. Move the stuff out of the way that you're not.
And get ready to get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready to put on your big girl panties and get to work. Because when you work with us, you're going to have forward movement towards
Right.
your dreams and goals.
Yeah, we're not just here to like get you excited. We're here to help you take the action steps that are necessary. And we're not going to give you hours of things to do. We're going to give it to you in morsels that, 10, 15 minutes in a day that can change your life. So start with this confidence summit.
Right.
Go to this summit, really see and listen to the speakers, share their stories and how they got their confidence built up and where they started and where they are today. Right. And then move into this mindset shift course. It will be a game changer for you. Get the rah-rah, understand it, right? Because that's what we're all about. And then let's get you into the VR world that we can say, you're ready to go. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. Gosh darn it, get me on that stage. I want to be an international speaker. I want to be an international author, right? And we'll have all those opportunities for you when you're ready to take those steps.
So exciting. So exciting. And Beverly, I couldn't have asked for a better first guest, because we are so intertwined with what we're doing now, because we are making a difference in helping people reach their full potential and being their best you they can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
And and that's what the show is all about. That's what my show is all about, is being connected. And we got connected, and here we are connecting with you.
Exactly.
It's just like a snowball.
Right.
The connections just keep bigger and broader. Because I'm sitting over here in Denver, right? And Patricia, where are you?
I am in Maine.
And here we are doing business together.
Exactly. And
so it doesn't matter where you are.
Right. And we do business with people internationally, from South Africa, from Australia, from the UK. Right. Exactly.
Canada, which isn't so far away, but it's open. Yeah.
Wonderful. So thank you very much for being my first guest. And I had you share your special gifts, and I have gifts for everybody who have been with us for this edition of the Patricia Jo Grover Show. And I'll bring that up. And I want to say thank you again, Beverly, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Bye for now.